Hi guys, welcome to Sudani Food and Lifestyle channel. Guys, today I'm going to be making a traditional cake. Well, Easter cake. It's Easter time. Sunday's going to be Easter. And I wanted a carrot cake, okay? And many people in the North America, they have carrot cakes for Easter, okay? One of the staple, what do you call it? Sweets or treats is carrot cake. So I'm just going to be making one today and I'm going to show you how I make mine, okay? So first what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to put all my dry goods together here and I'm going to show you, okay? So here I have 2 cups of flour, okay? Let me get this out of the way. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, okay? So I'm just going to put that here. Okay, let me get this out of the way. And then I'm going to put, what's this? Half a teaspoon of salt, okay? So I'm going to be mixing all my dry goods together, okay? This is a half a teaspoon of salt. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to put that here. Okay. And then I'm going to be putting my baking soda in here. Okay, so it's going to be 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And this is my baking soda, so I'll open this a little bit. 2 teaspoons, and this is 1 teaspoon, so just put that here. So this is 1 and 2. Okay, let me put that out of the way over there. Okay, so I have my salt, my flour, and my baking soda. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some cinnamon in there. Okay, so for my cinnamon here, I'm gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, let me just wipe this off before I don't want to forget. So this is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon here. Let me see if I could open this. See if it could go. No, it can't go down there. So I'm gonna have to see the mouth of this like that. Let me throw it a little bit more. So this is 1, and it says half. And this is a half a teaspoon. This can go down into it. Okay, good. And that's my 1.5 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, and then I'm just gonna whisk these all together, all the dry goods right here. Okay, so they could marinate together in your bowl. Okay, yeah, I've been having that craving for carrot cakes. And you know, carrot cakes this time of the year, because it's Easter, it's very expensive. So it's nice if you know how to make your own instead of buying it in the store. Okay, so just do all your dry ingredients like this together. See, make sure everything is nicely mixed together. Okay. Okay, so now I have all that mixed together. I'm just going to put this out of the way. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here. Okay, and I'm going to mix my sugar and oil together. Okay, so what I need to do now, okay, I'm gonna get my granulated sugar. So it's like 1 cup of sugar, and I'm using brown sugar, or you could use white sugar if you want to. Okay, so I like to use my brown sugar, and that's 1 cup. Okay, 1 cup of sugar. Okay, in a separate bowl, and then I'm gonna use some vanilla. Okay, you're gonna put your vanilla, your sugar together. Okay, so for my vanilla, let me see, baking soda, my vanilla extracts, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and this is a teaspoon. There's my vanilla, it's right here. So I'm gonna throw my vanilla in here, and it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, that's finished pretty much. Okie doke. Get that out of the way. And my oil. You could use vegetable oil, or you could use whatever oil that you have, okay? So I'm using canola oil, and I'm going to be using half a cup, okay? So that's my half a cup right here. okay, of oil. Okay, so you're gonna kind of whisk it together. So let me just mix it together with my fork first before I use my hand mixer. Let me just put it all together. You're gonna blend it all together with everything else, okay? I prefer to use my hand and mix it together because I'm gonna use my hand mixer to do my eggs. Put that together. So, yeah, you could beat it with your hand mixer if you want to, but I'm just gonna do it like this. Okay, so you just combine all of that together. Okay. Okay, so let me just put this out of the way here, and I'm gonna just beat my eggs. Okay, so I have 3 eggs right here. Okay, 3 eggs. I'm gonna crack my eggs. I always like to break my eggs separately. Some people, they break it into their sugar or their mixture, their batter, but I don't like that because if the eggs are not good, if they're spoiled, then it's gonna just mess up everything, mess up your batter. Okay, so I just like to do them all separately by themselves, mix them separately. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna whisk my eggs together. Let me wipe my hands. Let me wipe this off right here. Whenever you're baking, you're always gonna make a mess. And let me put my hand mixer together. You could use a hand mixer if you want, or you could use a standalone mixer. So I'm just gonna come over here, like that. Make sure this is in properly. This is not in properly. Okay, there we go. So it's in properly. So I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna beat my eggs, okay? Okie doke. So there you go. I have my eggs and it's really nice and fluffy, okay? Put my spatula right here. My beater right there. And plug this out. I'm doing all of this. Put that over here. And now, put my eggs to the side. I'm gonna get my flour. So let me just use this. I put the sugar and everything. I'm gonna mix this all together, okay? Just put that in here. Put my eggs with my sugar. Okay. Look at that. All coming together. Yep. Okay, so I have my large bowl here with my sugar and my eggs and my vanilla. Just mixing it all together, okay? So now I'm gonna add my dry ingredients, okay? Here. So that's it here. Then I'm going to add all my dry ingredients here. Gently fold it all in here. Okay. All my dry ingredients here. Get all of that. Take this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to beat it up, but I'm just going to fold it in first before you beat it up. Like so. Let me use this one. It's better. this is coming together nicely. Okay, let me just do this. Take that off here. I want to get all that batter in here. I don't want to waste any of it. Okay, let me put this out of the way. Let me plug this in and I'm going to mix it a little bit here. Put this in here. Mix it a little bit here. Okie doke. Alrighty. Let's mix to my specification here. Let me just take all this gorgeous batter off this. Let me plug this out here. I think I'm gonna need that. Okay. Yeah. So batter. Okie doke. Just put that in there. Here. Just put that over there. So, okay. So now I have my batter here. So what I'm going to be doing now, okay, I'm going to be stirring in my carrots, my nuts, and my raisin. And here, my recipe calls for 3 cups of shredded carrots. And it's already shredded, okay? So if you have a food processor, you could put your carrots in there and have them shredded, or you could grater it, whichever way you like, okay? So I'm just going to add my 3 cups of carrots in here, okay? Just get all of that. Okay, that will last one of that. Okay. Let me use this one because this is heavier. Yeah. Okay, so throw your carrots in here. Okay. Put it all around. Okay. It's a lot of carrot, but it's a carrot cake. Okay. Now that looks good. And then you're gonna add, and this is half a cup of raisins, okay? You're gonna add your raisins in. Half a cup of raisins. And over here, I have 1 cup of chopped pecans, okay? You're gonna put that in there, okay? And mix it all together like so. Mix it, almost, it's basically like a vegetable cake, you know? This nice fruits, stuff like that. What I meant to say, more like a vegetarian cake with all the fruits and nuts and stuff like that. Make it really nice and nutty. See how it's coming together nicely? It's nice and moist. At first it didn't look moist, but see, it's moist. Okay. Let me just, and you know what, you could use 2 cups of sugar. The recipe calls for 2 cups of sugar, but I'm using 1. And you know, my reason for that is because the raisin is a sweetener also. Okay, so I'm watching my sugar intake and stuff like that. So I just use 1 cup, but if depends on your taste, you could use 2 cups if you want to. But I'm gonna put the recipe in the video, okay? So yeah, so this is what it looks like. You don't have to beat it up anymore, just mix it, okay? Mix it by hand. Or if you have a standing mixer, you could throw it in there and mix it, but I prefer to do it by my hands, okay? So now I'm gonna get my baking pan and I'm gonna throw it in there, okay? Yeah, so my cake, my batter here is nicely mixed together, and I have my grease pan here, baking pan, but I'm gonna put parchment paper or wax paper because it's going to be easier for me to take it out of the pan when I'm ready to put my icing on it and stuff like that, or my frosting. So I'm just going to put some in here. okay? Let's see. It's easier that way. If you don't want to ice it, I guess you could leave it in a pan, but I always like to take it out and put it in my cake dish and stuff like that. So let me just get my kitchen scissors here, and I'm going to cut around the edges here. Okay. Let it stick down into the pan. So there's no strip. Let me see. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Sides, and then I'm just gonna throw it into my pan. Okay, this is like a 9-inch pan. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it in here. Okay, I'm gonna get all that batter in here. Yeah, it's gonna make it much easier for me to take it out of the bacon pan once it's cooled. Okay, let me just put every last drop of batter in here because it's worth it, okay? It's really worth it. Let me just get some of this off of the spoon. Put it down here. Okay. There you go. Yeah. And I'm gonna bake it on 350 degrees, okay, for 45 minutes. That tastes good. The batter tastes good. So it's 350 degrees for 45 minutes, okay? 350. Bake 45 minutes. Let's do 45. Okay, guys. And I'm gonna stick it in the oven, and I'll be right back once it's finished, okay? Just stick it in the oven, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so my oven just beeped, and my cake is finished baking here. Oh, wow, look how nice that looks. Look how nice that looks. Let me turn this off. Clear my oven. Look at that. I'm not going to touch it because it's hot, but you can see that it's baked. It comes up nice and clean, okay? So I'm just going to let it sit here for a good 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, okay? And it's nice and bouncy. You know, I'm going to let it sit, and then I'm going to take it out of the pan, and then I'm going to show you how I do my frosting, okay? Alrighty, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so now here's my cake right here. Okay, it looks good. And I'm gonna make my traditional cream cheese frosting, okay? And this is what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna use 1 full packet of cream cheese. This is 8 ounces, okay? You could use 16 ounces if you want. That is if you're making a double decker, if you're making 2 cakes layered on top of each other, but I'm just making 1 cake, so I'm just going to use 1 packet of cream cheese here. I just cut this open. Make sure it is soft, okay? Take it out of the refrigerator and make sure it is soft. I'm going to open it here. I just need to cut it all the way open. Let me see. I'm using all of it. Okay. Let me just put this here. Messy. Okay. Let me get all of it. All of it. All my cream cheese. Let me wipe my hands here. This here, and I'm going to use 1 stick of butter, okay? This is unsalted butter that I'm using, but you could use salted butter if you want, but this is unsalted. Okay. Just this together. A second. And I should get a fork with it. Let me just do this together like this. Okay. Let me try and beat it up, and then I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Okay, let me just open this. This is new. Okay, so this is 1 teaspoon. Okay, and then I'm going to use 1/2, so it's 1.5 teaspoon vanilla. Okay, where's my cap? I'm finished with that. Let me try and beat it up a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, so it's nice and fluffy, and I'm gonna add my powdered sugar. Here I have 4 cups of powdered sugar, okay? Okay, so let me put this in here. I'm just gonna add it little by little. I'm not gonna, let me just mix that in here. Powdered sugar. And if the batter is too thick, you could add creamer to it, or you could add like a tablespoon of milk, okay? So let me just mix it up a little bit and see how thick it is before I add my milk. Let me see. Let me add some more of my powdered sugar in here, and I'm gonna add some milk in here, okay? Let me just get some milk. I'm using almond milk, but you could use creamer. If you don't have creamer, then you could use milk. So I'm just gonna put a tablespoon in here, okay? Just add a tablespoon in there. Close this up. Let's see. Okay, I like to get all the dry stuff all mixed in before I turn my hand mixer on. Okay, so let me see the texture of it here. Just see the texture. Wipe this off. Let's see the texture of it. It tastes so good. I think it's nice and creamy. I'm not going to add any more milk to it. I think the texture is great. Let me plug this out. And get my batter off of here. That looks so good. Okay. Okie doke. That's how you make your frosting. Your cream cheese, and like I said before, I'm gonna put the recipe down below. Okay, so we just put this in here. Let's take this off and drop this in here. And here, taste in the cream cheese. And now I'm just gonna ice in my beautiful cake. Look at that, it's beautiful. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take some my icing and put it on here like so. Okay, make sure you have this thing where you can turn it. Okay, just gonna spread it around. That looks so good. If you want, you could just do the top alone, but I'm going to do the entire cake since I have a lot of batter here. You could start from the top and come around. You don't have to be perfect at frosting or icing your cake. Let's get the general idea how to make your frosting. Okay, put some more to the side. Bring it down like so. And this is the cake dish that I'm going to leave it in, so I'm not going to be taking it out. And you could leave it on the table overnight, it won't spoil. But then after a day or two, you probably could stick it in the refrigerator. And if you're not going to use all of it, you could wrap it up and freeze it also until you're ready to use it. Okay. Other side. Let's go back to the top and cover it nicely. Okay, let's go around here. I have extra frosting. Okay, well, make sure your cake is cool first before you do that, like you saw me did earlier. Okay, and just keep going around like so. Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. I think that's enough frosting. And last but not least, I'm going to top it off with some gorgeous chopped pecans, okay? I'm just going to decorate it with some nice pecans here. Pecans are good for you, good for your health. Okay, they're good in ice cream also. Good for baking, making cookies and cakes and so forth and so forth. Okay, guys. That looks good. Okay, guys. So this is how I make my carrot cake for Easter. Okay. So this is going to last me until Easter. Not going to have it every day. I got to watch my hips, but I had a craving for carrot cake, and so I just made this. So you could put as much pecans as you like, but this is my garnishment for it, okay? So this is how I make my carrot cake with pecans and all that good stuff that's in it, like I showed you. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Share my videos. Bye. Happy Easter, guys.